Most men are blind, not because they can't see, but because they refuse to. She still kisses you goodnight. She still says I love you. She still plays her role. But something is off. Something small, almost invisible. Arthur Schopenhauer once said, a man can be himself only so long as he is alone. And perhaps that's why so many lose themselves in the illusion of love. Especially when betrayal has already arrived in silence. You don't see the signs, not because they aren't there, but because you are too emotionally invested in a version of her that no longer exists. This is the quiet pain that so many men live with. A slow erosion of trust, buried under fake smiles and mechanical touches. Infidelity isn't always obvious. It doesn't come with lipstick stains and perfume you don't recognize. Sometimes, it's in the silence. Sometimes, it's in the way she stops laughing at your jokes. You ask her how her day was. She says, fine, and that's it. She used to talk for hours. Now she just scrolls. Her body's present, but her soul, somewhere else. Schopenhauer believed that women are driven by biological instincts more than ideals of romance. He said, they are more concerned with the interest of the species than that of the individual. Harsh words perhaps, but they explain a lot. She may not cheat out of malice. She may not even be fully aware, but she starts to feel bored. You don't excite her anymore. At first she tries to revive it. Maybe she dresses up again, suggests a trip, initiates intimacy. But when that fails, she slowly drifts. And when another man enters her, or be someone who makes her feel seen, new, alive, something shifts. She may not even sleep with him right away, but mentally, she'll already crossed the line. Most men miss this stage entirely, because they think cheating only starts when the clothes come off. But no, it starts in the mind. Watch the eyes. Her gaze doesn't linger on you like it used to. Her compliments become rare. Her criticism increases. You feel like you can't do anything right. What you don't realize is that she's already comparing you to someone else. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's someone from the gym, maybe it's just the idea of freedom. She starts working late, keeps her phone on silent, turns it face down. And when you ask about it, she gets defensive. The loyalty is gone. The honesty is fading. But she still plays nice, just enough to keep things looking normal. That's the dangerous part, because now, you begin to doubt yourself. You think maybe you're paranoid, maybe it's just stress, maybe it's you. But deep down, you feel it. That strange distance, that quiet disconnection. Schopenhauer warned men not to romanticize women. He believed that nature designed them for reproduction, not for truth or reason. Whether or not you agree, it's a perspective that opens your eyes. Because once you see her behavior as instinct rather than betrayal, you stop taking it personally. It's not about you being less of a man. It's about nature running its course. Harsh, raw, indifferent. She starts dressing differently. Not for you, but for herself. She suddenly becomes obsessed with fitness, or appearance, or independence. She says things like, I just need space. That's when you know. And yet, you still cling to the hope that maybe it's just a phase. You start buying her gifts, planning dates, apologizing for things you didn't do. You think effort will save you. But here's the truth. No one wants to say. When a woman has checked out emotionally, your love feels like pressure. Your devotion becomes a burden. Schopenhauer would tell you not to chase. He'd tell you to retreat, observe, protect your soul. Because once a woman begins to see you as weak, the respect dies. And once the respect dies, love cannot survive. She stops asking about your day. She stops touching you unless she wants something. She stops including you in her plans, but she won't leave, not yet. Because maybe she's still weighing her options. Maybe the other man hasn't made his move. Or maybe she just wants security while she explores emotional escape routes. You are the safety net, the provider, the fallback. And that's what burns, because you gave your best. Your time, your loyalty, your trust. And in return, you're being slowly phased out like a software update. This is why Schopenhauer never married. He believed attachment weakens men, makes them vulnerable to illusions. He said, to marry means to have your rights, and double your duties. It's a cynical view, but not without merit, especially when you see the signs. You laugh less. You sleep beside her but feel alone. You touch her and she flinches. You try to talk and she scrolls. You ask what's wrong, and she says, nothing. But the truth is, everything is wrong. You just don't know where to start. She avoids eye contact, gets annoyed by small things. She used to find your quirks charming. Now they're immature. And when you finally confront her, she says, you're but you're not. Your intuition is screaming. You just don't want to believe it, because the pain of knowing is worse than the comfort of denial. But Schopenhauer would argue truth is better than illusion, no matter how bitter. So open your eyes not with anger, but with clarity. Watch the patterns. Is she still affectionate when there's no agenda? Does she still ask about your dreams? Or is she slowly becoming a stranger in your own home? Most betrayals aren't explosive. They're quiet, passive, slow. She starts spending more time away, with friends you've never met, at places she never mentioned before. You ask where she says, don't worry about it. That's the sign. That moment when she stops including you in her inner world. You're no longer her man, you're just part of her routine. And yet, you stay, hoping that one more vacation, one more conversation, one more dinner might fix it. But you can't fix what's already dead. Schopenhauer's answer was solitude. He found peace in detachment. Because when you stop needing someone to complete you, their absence no longer breaks you. Men who see the signs but stay silent become shadows of themselves. They lose their edge, their fire, their focus. Don't be that man. Don't ignore your instincts. If she's already gone emotionally, be strong enough to let go physically. If she's hiding things, trust what's not being said. Because silence is loud. And betrayal doesn't always come with a kiss, it comes with distance. You see, most men think strength is endurance, that real masculinity means holding the line no matter how cold it gets. But Schopenhauer would say that true strength isn't walking away from what insults your soul. It's not weakness to recognize the rot, it's wisdom. And it takes more courage to start again than to sit quietly in something that is slowly killing you. When she starts comparing you to others, when she starts hiding things, when her affection becomes conditionally, or no longer in a relationship, you are in a transaction. And love, real love, is never transactional, but she'll say things like, you're being too sensitive, or you're imagining things. She'll weaponize your loyalty against you, because the longer you stay confused, the longer she stays in control. This is where you begin to lose yourself. You stop doing the things you love. You isolate, you become anxious, you walk on eggshells, and every day, you shrink a little more, until one day, you wake up and barely recognize the man in the mirror. That's the tragedy. Not that she may have cheated, not that she emotionally checked out, but that you abandoned yourself trying to hold on to someone who already let go. Schopenhauer was right. Desire leads to suffering, especially when that desire is directed toward someone who has no intention of reciprocating your depth. She used to call you her rock. Now you're just a placeholder, someone to keep her warm until the next chapter begins, and you know it. You feel it, but you're afraid of the fallout, so you stay. And slowly, you lose your fire. But here's the thing, you can get it back. The clarity, the focus, the power. It starts when you stop chasing what's already gone, when you stop asking questions you already know the answers to, when you stop begging someone to love you the way they used to, because once love becomes a memory, trying to revive it is like breathing life into a corpse. Let her go, not with anger, not with revenge, but with strength. Schopenhauer once wrote, a man can do what he wants, but not want what he wants. In other words, your attraction is not always your ally. Sometimes, what you crave is the very thing that will destroy you, and in those moments, you must not trust your heart, you must trust your mind. Pay attention to the patterns. When her phone is always with her, when her stories don't add up, when she starts acting too independent overnight, it's not just growth, it might be detachment. It might be the soft sound of infidelity knocking. She say you're controlling. She'll say she needs freedom, and yet, you gave her everything. Time, space, love, provision, still not enough. Because once the mind starts wandering, loyalty dies. But men are conditioned to be providers, protectors, fixers. So we stay. We try to fix. We think if I just do more, she'll come back. But Schopenhauer would laugh. He would say, the greatest mistake a man can make is believing that love is logical. Because it's not. It's chemical, it's chaotic, it's cruel, especially when it fades. She'll cry when you finally confront her. She'll say, I never meant to hurt you. And maybe she didn't, but intention doesn't erase impact. A knife doesn't become harmless just because it wasn't thrown on purpose. The damage is real, and so is your right to walk away. You owe it to yourself, to your future, to your peace. Do not trade your sanity for companionship. Do not trade your dignity for comfort. Let the silence speak. Let her confusion grow. Let her wonder what happened, because if she truly cared, she wouldn't have made you question it in the first place. This is not bitterness. It's awakening. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're simply waking up to reality. And the sooner you accept the truth, the sooner you can rebuild. Not with resentment, but with resolve. Not with hate, but with higher standards. Remember who you were before her. Remember what you wanted for your life. And know this, the wrong woman can slow your growth more than your worst enemy. The right one will never make you doubt your worth. So if you're seeing the signs, trust them. Not because you want to give up, but because you're finally choosing yourself. That's not giving up. That's growing up. And as Schopenhauer would say, true freedom begins where illusion ends.